Hi there, good day. I'm here to tell you it's not that complicated when it comes to you having clarity, which you need for peace. Clarity and simplicity are two phenomenal and major ingredients for you to have peace in your life. We have to have clarity within ourselves and clarity within our relationships. And those relationships aren't just about romantic relationships. It's about relationships at work. It's about relationships as far as friendships. And it's just about communication, business in general. So when you are in a situation where you're conversing with someone about something that is important to you and you're having difficulty understanding where they're coming from, they're not giving you a real perspective of how they're feeling. There's a gap. There's a reason for that. So there's a few things that may not be happening. One, they're saying exactly what their intentions and perspective is, and you are not listening. That is the first check audit you want to do. Make sure I'm listening for clarity so that I understand exactly what is happening here. The second reason may be they might have difficulty communicating because they don't know what their perspective is. They don't have clarity within themselves and their own thinking. And the third reason why it might appear complicated is because they're being deceptive and they're not filling in the blanks with you because they don't want to tell you the truth, at least not the whole truth. And so those are three reasons why things are quote unquote complicated, so to speak. So let's look at some examples so that we understand the situation. There could be an example, which is the most obvious one, romantic relationships, where a man may want a woman to commit, a woman may want a man to commit, and the response is, well, I'm just not ready right now. Well, why aren't you ready? Well, it's complicated. I have a lot going on. Well, obviously, that's a very murky answer. It's a very murky rationale. And if we look at the third reason why it's quote unquote complicated is deception. One very strong hint of deception is murkiness. God is not the author of confusion, as it says in 1 Corinthians, I believe it's chapter 14:33. He's not the author of confusion. And so where you have confusion, where you have murkiness, especially if it's intentional, then God is not there. That is not a blessing. And it's going to be something that's going to be difficult for you to navigate if you are a person who is about truth and living a life that has transparency in it and that is driven by it. Another example might be work. You might receive feedback or not receive feedback. You may not be growing at your organization. And again, it's like you're not getting feedback. Well, why are you not getting feedback? Well, for some people it might be it's complicated. They can't explain. It's just something. We don't know why. And so what you need to understand is those three reasons of what's going on. You have to get at the root. One, are you not listening? Are they giving you feedback and you're not listening to it? Two, do they really not know themselves or you, so therefore they cannot communicate why they're acting the way that they are because they don't understand their own rationales? Or third, is there deception? Is there ulterior motive as to why you're not being honored for what you believe you deserve? And then the other situation example is perhaps it's friendships. And we undervalue friendships sometimes. We focus on work relationships. We focus on romantic relationships. But the friendship is a very powerful relationship, very powerful tool in our arsenal who makes us up to who we are. And obviously, you should be able to have friendships at work and friendships within your romantic relationship. But even in a friendship, you should have clarity in communication. Even in a friendship, we make mistakes. And so if the person is not able to communicate to you or vice versa, that's going to be a challenge for the friendship. It's going to be a hamper of it growing, of it being fruitful, of you two really benefiting each other the way you really can in a relationship that is really gracious for each other, and where you're helping each other. This is a really sort of interesting analogy, but I don't know why I'm thinking about this, but I like to drive a gray car for different reasons. For one, I like it because it's neutral. I like it because I think it's a strong color, a charcoal gray car. But if I be completely honest with you, I also like it because I don't have to clean it as much. I don't. And it's like when I'm driving, I can drive it a little longer, and it might have a little more dirt than, say, the white car next to it or the black car next to it, but you may not see that dirt because of that charcoal gray. And the reason why I'm using that analogy with you is when you don't have clarity in your relationships, when it's quote unquote complicated, it's confusing, whether it's a romantic relationship or a work relationship or a friendship, that is not a good thing. You know, it's hiding something. It's hiding some information is what I'm telling you. And it's very important that when we're engaging our time and our energy, that we have full information. So next time you choose to, whether passively be in a situation where it's complicated, or you decide to be in a situation where it's complicated, just know it's costing you something that you may or may not know. If you are the person who is making it complicated, you know, I challenge you to look at yourself, because while you think that you are looking out for your best interest and maybe stalling for time or avoiding confrontation, you're also wasting your own time with a lack of clear communication, straight communication. You're wasting energy that you could be using in an intentional and a positive and fruitful way. So I hope you got some benefit to this conversation, and I hope you have a great day in your journey. Have a good one.